In this session, you heard Chris talked about how customers are adopting cloud technologies and what will be Veritas's position in that cloud world. Veritas as a software company always focuses on data and application, not on infrastructure. And that's why we are going to talk about enterprise data services for this multi-cloud era. Before I start, a quick introduction of myself. I am based in APJ headquarters for Veritas in Singapore, have about 13 plus years of experience. In my role, I'm responsible as a cloud solutions lead for APJ region, and I primarily work with banks, telco, and manufacturing customers in Asia Pacific. So in this section, we are going to talk about three things. What is the cloud landscape? When I talk to my customers, there are very interesting stories they tell me about cloud, which I will share with you. And what are their challenges in adoption of cloud? And then how Veritas has solved some of their problems. So we will share some customer success stories. To start with, the landscape. According to a recent survey, 84% of customers have a multi-cloud strategy. 84%. And out of 84, 58% says they will have a hybrid cloud strategy. And rest will use multiple public clouds and multiple private clouds. If you look at the recent news, most of the APJ customers are looking at adopting hybrid cloud. Why? Because of the geography boundary. I stay in Singapore, and Singapore and Malaysia are neighbors, but I cannot store my data in Malaysia. That is why I need a hybrid cloud strategy. There is also news, most enterprises struggle to implement hybrid cloud because they do not have a clear strategy. And that is where, as Veritas, we want to help our customers to adopt a truly hybrid and multi-cloud strategy. Now, what is multi-cloud? I was talking to an executive in Singapore, and I asked them, if you have on-premise data centers and multiple private and public cloud, how do you decide which application to move into which environment? And he said, in fact, this is our number one problem. How to decide which application to move to which cloud. And they said, today, how we do it. If my application is having customer data, it's very sensitive, I will not put it in public cloud. So I will move it to a private cloud because it is in my firewall, my security policies, and my compliance and governance. If there are some applications where a cloud has better support, I will move that to that particular cloud. If there are some Microsoft applications which interoperate very well with Microsoft environments, so I can move it to a Microsoft cloud. And if there are some high performance application which require bare metal performance, I will choose to move it to a bare metal cloud. And this is a true multi-cloud strategy. The benefit of this strategy is three. You can choose right cloud for the right workload. And as your business needs change, you can change multiple cloud vendors. You don't get locked down into one cloud vendor. Because of this, over 3 years, 5 years, you will see substantial cost savings. But with these benefits, there are some challenges. When I talk to my customers, the top 3 public cloud challenges they tell me are these. The first one is compliance. If I move my banking application, my trading application, or my e-commerce application, who is going to guarantee the SLA? Cloud vendors do not guarantee application SLA. They guarantee infrastructure SLA. And these two are different. Second is cost. Many of you think going to cloud is cheap. No. I'll share an example. A large bank in Singapore moved their website to a cloud. Then they expanded operations to nearby countries, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Indonesia, and India. And the performance went down. So they go to cloud vendor and they say, my performance is down. The cloud vendor told them, you have to increase hardware. So they increase hardware in cloud. And after increasing, the performance is fine. But after 6 months, they get a bill which says $980 per VM per month. So they take the same hardware specification and move it to a private cloud. They build a private cloud. Same hardware, same performance. From $980, the cost comes down to $460 per VM per month. Almost half. Now they are asking us, how can I move back from public cloud? Okay, so cost is also a challenge. And ultimately the lock-in. If you use the native tools, they typically are one-way traffic. They do not allow you to bring the data back. So lock-in is a concern. And in multi-cloud environment where you have multiple public clouds, multiple private clouds, there are 4 key challenges which we want to talk about. Data protection. Public cloud vendors do not really do a native data protection of applications. Second, how can I have a unified reporting and consumption dashboard? Which team is consuming how much storage and compute in AWS, in Azure, in Google, in private cloud? I want one dashboard. Third, if infrastructure SLAs are not enough, how can I move my mission critical workloads to cloud? Mission critical workloads require application level resiliency. And finally, the fourth problem, if I choose to move some workloads to public cloud, I am looking for one vendor who can support multiple cloud, and they can also bring the data back. So migration and coming back. So we will focus on these four problems and what Veritas is doing about it. The first problem, to start with, if you know Veritas DNA, we are the only company in the 1990s to support multiple Unix operating systems, multiple storage environments. And now we are extending that portfolio to support multiple hypervisors and multiple public clouds also. So for the first problem, data protection, customers really require an enterprise proven data protection solution which scales with your business needs. It is fully API driven. It supports multiple workloads, and it just fits into your environment. You should not be doing more investments, buying new products, different products, no. So to solve this problem, we have a product called Cloud Catalyst. To introduce Cloud Catalyst, let me play a video.
Rapid data growth is driving digital transformation. This rapidly growing amount of data is prompting customers to move to the cloud. Tape for long-term recovery takes too long to retrieve and leads to poor performance. Dedupe to the cloud requires an extra gateway server which drives up costs. Backup data in hybrid cloud needs to scale without architectural limits to enable disk, tape, deduplication capabilities. Veritas Net Backup Cloud Catalyst Dedupe technology offers 3 benefits. Better performance, with increased throughput without the need to dedupe data and 3 times faster performance than alternative solutions. Lower costs. Net Backup Cloud Catalyst optimizes data reduction at up to 98%, which lowers cloud storage and network costs. Send only unique data to the cloud to create better efficiencies. And faster operational recovery. Leverage your existing solution for operational recovery. Enable highly efficient long-term retention of data in the cloud while meeting SLA and RTO objectives. Flexible deployment options include a build-your-own media server configuration, powered by NetBackup 8.1 software, or as a pre-built all-in-one NetBackup appliance configuration. By providing deep integrations with freedom of choice from a list of leading cloud storage providers, Veritas enables you to accelerate your own digital transformation with all of the benefits of unified enterprise data protection. For more information, go to www.veritas.com/netbackup.
So as you saw, there are third-party tools available in the market to do deduplication. But with Veritas, there are three unique advantages. One, faster data transfer to cloud, meaning low bandwidth cost. And second, because of the unique deduplication technology, we also help you save on the cloud storage cost. If you don't believe me, here is a customer case study. Amcor Technology utilizes exact same architecture to leverage public cloud for long-term retention. The two key benefits which they got using Cloud Catalyst: twice the faster data transfer rate, 2x, and nearly 50% reduction in cloud storage cost. And they leverage their existing investment in net backup. No new technology. Second is a very unique customer, CIMC. It's a Chinese shipping company. They deployed SAP HANA entirely in cloud, and for backup of SAP HANA, which requires very high throughput, they cannot find anybody except NetBackup to meet the throughput requirement. But there is one more requirement of compliance, right? Compliance. Compliance says, I want one copy of that backup in my data center. If the whole cloud goes down, I cannot keep my backup in the same environment. I want it a copy on premise. And that is where they leverage NetBackup's auto image replication to back up a copy back to on-premise, achieve compliance and throughput in public cloud. So NetBackup is a proven product when it comes to scalability. We have extended our platform support, and with Cloud Catalyst, you can leverage multiple cloud storage as long-term retention target. If you are looking for more information, attend this particular session to have technical details of this product. Next problem is consumption analysis and how can I do capacity planning. There are different infrastructures. My private cloud can be on Nutanix, VMware. My public cloud can be AWS, Azure, or Google. How can I have a unified reporting mechanism so I can do better capacity planning, metering, and charge back? Veritas Aptar is the new company that we acquired to solve exactly this problem of unified reporting and analytics for multi-cloud. It is an agentless solution. You don't have to install agent. And it is a highly scalable software to collect different metrics from different infrastructure and give you a unified dashboard. So Aptar solves the problem of cloud consumption, metering, and chargeback. And more details will be shared in this particular session at 3:20. Moving on, the third problem, application performance and resiliency. I was talking to a stock exchange in Singapore, and they said, we want to move our e-payment application. E-payment is every time I swipe a card, if it is a Visa card, the transaction goes to Visa gateway, authorizes, and comes back. If it is MasterCard, it goes to MasterCard gateway, authorizes, and comes back. So I said, why you want to move to cloud? And they said, 3 years back, maybe you only have Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. But today, you have Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, Alipay. So I want to deploy application quickly. And that is why I am moving to cloud. So I said, that's a great idea. What is your number one challenge? And they said, performance of e-payment system. And to solve that, we have an industry-leading product. Let me introduce InfoScale.
You've made the decision to migrate your enterprise applications to the cloud, which is smart, but moving them quickly while keeping costs down can be a challenge. Without the right strategy in place, bandwidth and storage costs can get out of control fast. Veritas InfoScale offers one of the most cost-effective solutions for migrating your applications to AWS. Using intelligent migration technology, InfoScale ensures only relevant application data is moved to the cloud, thereby reducing bandwidth costs and your overall cost of storage. Once your applications land on AWS, you still need the same levels of performance and resiliency that you had on-prem. InfoScale offers high-performance clusters that leverage data caching and direct attached storage. So whether you're managing application portability, cloud bursting, or a recovery event, InfoScale makes your transition to AWS seamless. Now you can confidently move applications to AWS across regions or even back to your data center. As an AWS Advanced Technology Partner, Veritas is committed to providing you visibility and control over your applications and data, no matter where they live.
And now, this is the most unique part about the solution. Using InfoScale, you can move applications and data from one region to another region of the same cloud provider. So let's say between Seoul and Singapore. This is completely automated with network customization. You can change IP, DNS, everything in a single click. But if you are not happy in one cloud provider, after 1 year, you want to move to some other cloud provider, Veritas gives you that flexibility to move your workloads between different cloud vendors. How powerful is this? Try doing storage migration from one vendor to another vendor. It's very painful. Veritas moves workloads between different cloud vendors. And we are the only certified vendor on all three major public clouds: AWS, Microsoft, and Google. The software is trusted by top 10 banks, top 10 telcos, and the top manufacturing companies in the world. You can name them and they will be InfoScale customers. Let's see a case study. This is a very interesting case study by Swire. Swire is the parent company of Coca-Cola bottling, and they are into manufacturing. The requirement was their supply chain management application, which runs on SAP, needs to move to public cloud. And cloud vendors only provide infrastructure SLA. So they looked at Veritas to solve one key problem. I will tell you what the problem is, but look at the architecture, how beautiful it was done. So InfoScale is continuously monitoring databases and applications. If one database goes down, we reconnect the applications to the other database automatically. And then if the database comes up, we reconnect back to the original application servers automatically. And now, if the entire availability zone goes down, automatically we can move entire database plus applications to another availability zone. The outcome was really interesting. Our PO was really less than 30 seconds. And recovery time objective was less than 5 minutes. If they are down for more than 5 minutes, Coca-Cola cannot ship bottling to their plants. That is how critical the application was. So InfoScale protects the most mission-critical application for Swire. As a next step, they don't like to put all eggs in one basket. We all know that. So as next steps, the DR of this architecture will be in Microsoft Azure Data Center. And there is nobody, even today, who can do the same thing. So with InfoScale, completely software driven, 100% software, provides intelligent application acceleration. You can recover between clouds of same vendor, but you can recover between different clouds of different vendor. Okay? It has out-of-box support for all cloud networking infrastructure. DNS, IP, storage, disk, everything. So you don't have to write custom script. Scripts are very difficult to manage. I started my career as a Unix administrator, and 80% of my time I used to spend maintaining the script. Okay? If you want more details, if it sounds very exciting to you, my colleague will be sharing more technical details at 4 o'clock. Okay? My last problem is workload and DR migration. You will ask me, cloud vendors already provide migration, so why Veritas? I will answer that question after the product video. So look at VRP.
Data protection in the form of HADR remains one of the key tools in a company's business continuity toolbox. But as business becomes more dependent on off-premise resources, IT complexity increases along with the number of potential failure points. Companies need a new business continuity model, one that helps them understand the ramifications of system failure before it impacts the business. Veritas Resiliency Platform was designed to reduce complexity associated with managing and protecting multi-cloud environments. It exposes complexity that slows down business while identifying risks associated with deploying new technology stacks, applications, or including cloud into your data protection strategy. It allows teams to differentiate your business with confident innovation. To begin the process, Resiliency Platform discovers all the components in your data center, such as virtual machines and their interdependencies. From within the UI, customers can assemble these components into meaningful groups, known as resiliency groups, that are part of an automated workflow to complete migration and take over tasks. Gone are the days of multiple weekends spent by IT on manually testing HADR processes. Resiliency Platform's built-in rehearsals automate the testing of every link and process across all functional levels, using the most current data without disrupting production uptime. The rehearsal process begins with the temporary provisioning of virtual machines at the target site. Then the solution takes snapshots of the disks and attaches the snapshots to the temporarily provisioned systems on an isolated network in the target environment. Resiliency Platform automatically manages cleanup by removing the temporary virtual machine disks and network configurations, returning the environment back to its original state. The cloud has dramatically changed the formula for business continuity, but not the challenges. Large systems equal large challenges, especially systems with multi-cloud environments that have many interdependencies. Resiliency Platform will reduce multi-cloud complexity, free up IT staff from manual testing, and allow your business to innovate with confidence. Learn more at www.veritas.com/resiliency.
So with Veritas Resiliency Platform, let's look at how Kyocera, a document management company in Japan, leveraged the product to reduce their downtime and TCO. The requirement was very simple. They want to shut down their secondary data center and leverage cloud as DR target. There was one problem. The problem was their infrastructure is a mix of VMware and Hyper-V. So they are looking at one vendor who can do both VMware and Hyper-V. They deployed Veritas Resiliency Platform. The key benefit was the product just drops into the environment, and without making any changes, they are ready to start replicating to cloud and start doing DR exercise without impacting the production. The software allowed them to reduce their operational cost by 60%. And because there is automated workflow in the product, like a runbook, they also have reduced RTO. What is a runbook? If you plan to move your house, okay, so you're planning to move to a new house, you will first create a checklist. The water supply should be there, electricity should be there. Then I move my drawing room furniture, then my bedroom furniture, finally the electrical lights, fans. So it makes migration very smooth. Same way, in an enterprise data center, you first move your databases, then your applications, then your web servers. You run some script. This whole process can be automated using our engine. That's the unique feature of Veritas. So resiliency platform provides a single tool for physical, virtual, and cloud DR and migration. It integrates with NetBackup and InfoScale to cover Unix and point-in-time recovery. And if you are looking to find out more details about this product, attend the session at 4:40. Finally, to summarize, look around you, you will find disparate architectures, multiple private clouds, multiple public clouds. Everybody has a dashboard only for their environment. How do you unify across these multiple environments? Think about it. For 10 seconds, just think about how can you unify multiple infrastructures. As Christo talked about, abstraction. With Veritas Enterprise Data Service Platform, you can abstract all the underlying infrastructures to provide key services like data protection using NetBackup and Cloud Catalyst, reporting and analytics using Veritas AppTar, application performance and resiliency using InfoScale, workload DR and migration using resiliency platform. Think about it. If you think Veritas is only NetBackup, no. There can be some startup companies who are doing only data protection for AWS. There may be native tools who can do migration only between VMware and Azure. But there is no vendor who can do all four services on all the platforms with battle-tested solutions. NetBackup, InfoScale, Resiliency Platform, and Aptar are deployed in some of the most complex IT environments. They are battle-tested products. They are trusted by Fortune 500s. And if you unify and standardize, your staff, IT staff, does not have to learn new skills every time you adopt a new environment. That gives you a consistent experience across multiple infrastructures. Okay? So Veritas Enterprise Data Services Platform really abstracts and unifies all the multiple infrastructures to provide key data services to your most mission critical workloads. So to end, if it is mission critical, it has to be Veritas. Do not look at anybody else than Veritas. So with that, Kamsahamnida. Thank you.